Warning, this podcast, website, and associated social media accounts are intended for audiences of legal drinking age. We do not advocate overconsumption or the abuse of alcohol. Never drink and drive, drink responsibly. And please remember to always take what we say with a grain of salt. After all, we are just some dudes with some brews.
We started out by crawling out from under the thumb of the man. The lovers of God with dad bods just trying to feed our fam. Go sit right there and grab a beer, you know just what to do. Throw it back, get hammered, and listen to Dudes and Brews. So I want to talk about that Wolves of the Gate album.
Okay.
But before we do so, let's crack open this beer.
Let's do it.
This is from Celestial Beerworks. These are hard to come by here in Grayson County, but I picked up some when I was down there.
Oh, okay, I thought you were going to say you picked up one here.
No, that would be cool. No, I picked up some while I was down there. So they're big on IPAs. So
This might be the very first Celestial I've ever had. I know you and Brian talk about it all the time because he loves them.
Dude, they're good. Well, I mean, he's a hophead.
He's a hophead.
I mean,
he's
is he
definitely
not?
an IPA daddy.
Yes, an IPA daddy.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this is just said it's an Indian Pale Ale with Motic and Mosaic. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that first hop correctly.
Motueka.
Motica?
Motueka.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Sounds very islandy.
But the Mosaic will give it like a little bit of a tropical feel.
Mm-hmm. It's got a good smell. I feel like I'm losing my voice like immediately. When I got here, I had a voice. Now I don't.
Oh, no. That laryngitis is kicking in.
I got the laryngitis. Maybe this IPA, we can see if it's going to cure laryngitis. One of the side effects. It's got a great smell.
This Neon Dimension, it looks... Oh, it's not as cloudy as I thought it was.
No, but it's definitely hazy.
Oh, really aroma. Like the aroma comes through really well.
I could live in that smell. It's 7%. That's pretty good. New England.
Tastes like fruit-packed nectar of the gods and has aromas of full of fresh-cut flowers mixed with a touch of vanilla. This beer has flavors of lemon, lime, and basil. It is super berry forward and is beautifully complex while still being straight up quenching.
And this is from Celestial themselves, right? This is how they describe it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Both these hops add tropical fruit aromas and citrus characteristics. This berry flavor is all thanks to the fresh Mosaic. So Mosaic hops, honestly, almost every brewer I talk to loves those things.
Yeah, those things
and I've had good experience with them, so I kind of agree. The aroma's off the charts, man.
It is like a bed of flowers, as it says.
I think I've got here you go. It definitely is. You get a lot of floral notes, a little citrus on it.
Mm-hmm. And it's sweet. I wouldn't say it's a savory blossom. It's a sweet blossom.
Oh, yeah. I
See, it's like one or the other. I really don't know what a savory blossom would smell like, but this smells like a sweet blossom.
I don't know my flowers all that well.
I don't either. And I worked at 1-800-Flowers.com.
You were at a desk behind a computer. You didn't.
Yeah,
smell
but
those flowers?
I still had to describe flowers to people, I had to act like I knew about them. And I'd be like, it's got like some red, bulbs on it. Some.
That's great.
This is very tasty.
I mean, it's a damn good IPA.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like 7%.
No.
It tastes like it'd be about 5%.
So this is what's crazy to me, okay? So think about this real quick. So when you drink this initially, like if you didn't know it was an IPA, would you have been able to call that out?
I think I would have.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing that's weird to me is when I think an IPA, I think really super bitter.
Well, there's
It's
such a
not
wide
that
range.
bitter.
It's
And
not, but that smell all day is IPA to me.
Yes, the smell. And the flavor's great. Like, don't get me wrong, but they're saying it comes in at 0 IBUs.
Yeah, it's not bitter.
So it tells me that and I've heard him talk about it. where sometimes they don't even put hops into the boil. They only do dry hops, and that's where you get all the aroma from.
Makes sense.
So maybe they put a little bit in there, but if they did, not much. Because it's not very bitter. But you still get that IPA feeling.
Is that what makes it the New England? The New England style? Like, what do you know about the New England style IPA?
They're also referred to as juicy IPAs.
Okay.
They're referred to as hazies. So the grain bill is going to have something that's going to haze it up a little bit, like some flaked adjuncts, like flaked oats or flaked barley of some kind. Mm-hmm. That's going to, even if you clean it out, it's still going to have the hazy. It doesn't clear up.
But it's juicy, and that's what I'm tasting is less bitter, more juice.
Right. So it's usually you do less bittering hops, like at the beginning of the boil. You do them more towards the end. Very strong aroma. It's a lighter color.
Yeah. This is a really good IPA.
I hope I did a NEPA justice.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you just kind of validated what I was feeling.
Oh, really?
And
okay.
then you just now I can kind of connect the dots. Juicy, because juicy is like one of those words that you can sense, you can taste.
Right.
It's juicy. It describes like a flavor, a taste.
Yeah. When I think juicy, I always think like citrus.
Yeah,
like
citrus.
Orange.
There you go.
Not necessarily grapefruit.
No.
Grapefruit, I would say, is more like West Coast. West Coast.
Because it's got that bitter taste
Because it's
to
real
it.
bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like grapefruit and like pine, they actually work really well together.
And that's what makes the West Coast taste. Yeah.
So, not that I'm surprised that this is good. It's just IPAs nowadays. They get lost in the shuffle.
There's a dime a dozen.
And I don't know if this one will get lost in the shuffle because it's really good. It like sets itself apart by not being as bitter as what I'm used to.
It's got a very light color to it. Very appealing to the eye.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, if I saw that poured, I'd want to drink it. Yeah. And it's like lighter. Look how it's lighter at the top and it's darker at the bottom.
Yeah, whatever's in it, like the haziness just settles a little bit, which I'm not mad at. Yeah, this is a damn good beer. So if we're ranking it here,
when you're pouring it, it's got so much clarity through the pour.
Right.
Then it settles. Nice. Here, let's do a cheers. Cheers, Celestial.
Celestial, you did it again, man. You knocked this one out of the park.
You did it. Oh yeah, I got a little bit of some floaties in there.
Did you? It's all right.
That's when you know it's coming through good.
That ain't gonna hurt you. So scale of 1 to 5. Honestly, man, I think I'm going pretty high. I'm thinking like a 4.5.
I was thinking 4.25.
4.25.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's definitely high.
Yep. Well, we're going.
Let's do 4.5 though.
Yeah, we're going
I'm
with
liking
the higher
it.
rating here.
Yeah, we'll do 4.5. Really great beer.
Yeah, if you're
really
in the Dallas area,
smell.
pick these guys up. They're starting to distribute more. I've seen them at that place in McKinney. I can't ever think of what the hell that place is called.
Oh, I know you go there all the time too.
I know, and I can't ever think. It's Choice Beverage.
Yeah, because it's always got something that doesn't seem like a craft beer place.
Right.
Choice Beverage seems like they have everything.
Yeah.
They got all your Budweisers.
I mean, they specialize in beer and wine, so they have a really large wine selection.
Yeah.
But okay, so I wanted to talk about that new Eulogies album from Wolves of the Gate.
Uh-huh.
So I know you haven't listened to it all the way through, have you?
No. I only listen to honestly probably things that they've played on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't even really remember listening to other than the song that you showed me earlier.
Oh, okay. Because they did they put out a few singles, and one of them I feel like has been out for a long time called "Stop the Bleeding."
Yeah, like that's the one I think I've heard that they played on there. They'll do like little clips because they do really legit music videos.
Oh yeah,
and they do high productive music videos, and then they'll put clips of those on their stuff. So
which I want to say that's all Solid State, which is their record label. Because Solid State also does Fit for a King, and Fit for a King's music videos are pretty legit.
Yeah.
So Solid State's like you probably heard of their sister label, because Me Without You was on it. I
don't remember what their label is.
It's a sister label of Tooth and Nail Records.
Oh, that was a long time ago though. That Mutiny
Well,
was on
yes,
there. It was
I just know that they were on there at one point.
Like all the early
this
metal
is the-
Christian bands were on there.
This is the heavy metal sister label of Tooth and Nail.
Okay,
So they
gotcha.
usually there's only heavy metal on Solid State. So if you like Tooth and Nail and you like what they represent or the music that they put out, the message, check out some Solid State. It's gonna be the heavier side of stuff. But I'm telling you, the whole album's good. I do think there are a couple of fillers in there, but the more I listen to it, the more I kind of like those fillers.
Oh yeah, that's a good album when you start liking every song.
Yeah, I'm like,
regardless.
man, dude, they're all good. Like they're just fun.
Mhm.
Like the tempo changes that they do, and then there's a couple of songs that I would say are real like super heavy metal where they have a couple of good heavy breakdowns. They brought in a new guitarist. He toured with them. There was the bald guy that's normally not there, Joey, but this was his first album to write on. So they've thrown in a few solos and stuff that's worked out really well. So I think they've matured a lot.
Sweet. So the album itself, does it have a theme at all? It's called Eulogy.
So the best thing that I can do, so shout out to there's an Instagram that I've been following for a long time. They used to be called something else, but now they're called Kingdom Core.
All right, it's shout out time.
So
We're gonna shout out the band. Shout out Tooth and Nail Records.
Yep.
Shout out this page.
So Kingdom Core is literally it's a ministry developed for Christian metal music.
Okay. Yeah.
This one guy runs it. His name's Sean, and literally I've seen him. He's always active in posts and stuff, and he'll always answer questions. He's always posting about new music that's coming out, but he's always pointing people towards the gospel,
Nice.
which is great. Like even in the comments where he's like, "Hey, I don't think we should be talking about this. Let's put it towards Christ or whatever." Like, kind of tries to shut stuff down, but he does a really good job, and he just started a podcast.
Okay.
And he had the lead singer of Wolves of the Gate on here.
Nice.
Steve Kabuchi.
Yeah.
So that's where I listened to him talk all about it. And he talks about why they called it Eulogies. Talked about that in particular song. They talk about the artwork. So I don't want to butcher it. I
You're
say
like, go listen
to their
to it.
podcast.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got it. I'll listen
Go
to
listen
it.
to his podcast and you'll learn all about it.
Mhm.
But I did learn that Ryan Clark, the lead singer for Demon Hunter, did their artwork. Apparently he does a lot of artwork for bands, like on the side.
Let's see the artwork. So it's like a flower that's it's leaving a hand and getting engulfed in flames.
So is it getting engulfed in flames or are the flames dissipating?
Like, you mean it was a flame turned into a flower landing in a hand?
Yeah.
Kind of like reverse?
Which way is it? Because the idea is to go, from what I heard him say, he goes, we want people to see it in both ways.
Ooh, and that's
Because-
interesting that without even knowing that, I immediately said it one way.
Right.
And then you're right, it could be the other way, where it's flames landing into a flower into the hand.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like you should hear him talk about it because he says something like, flowers are beautiful and sometimes fire can be like all-consuming, but also fire can be there for warmth and can be a good thing in certain aspects. So
Yeah, it's necessary.
he's like, he likes to see it as good and bad.
Yeah.
As far as the way that they went all out, and even to
I'm
the
gonna
way
listen
they
to
thought
it.
about
That's awesome. Even the hand, look, that's a really old hand.
Yeah.
That's cool. That was purposeful.
Yeah. Everything that they did on this was for a purpose. So
Are they touring? Are you going to go see them?
well, I will. They have something, but they can't announce it just yet.
Okay.
Is what they said. So my eyes are open and ready for them to announce dates.
Nice.
Because, yeah. And honestly, this might be the time that we reach out and see if we can get one of those guys on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like, maybe not the lead singer because he sounded like he's podcasted out.
Yeah.
But one of the other guys.
Yeah, let's
Like, it
do
doesn't matter to
it.
me. But, yeah. So that's new music that's happened.
I'll check it out, dude.
I'll
It's
listen
been a
to
while
it.
since I've listened to like a whole album,
Yeah.
like beginning to end. So
Like
I'll check it out.
it's good. This is gonna sound terrible, but like on my way to Lubbock this weekend, I listened to it, and you know how Apple Music now will scroll the lyrics with it.
Yeah.
That's how I keep up, and like honestly, that's how I'm able to like sit and actually listen to a song rather than just hear it. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like read the lyrics and really try to figure out the lyrical content. So
I love that.
I did that a couple of times on my way over there.
Nice.
I think I listened to the album maybe 3 times all the way through because it's really good and it's fun.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Awesome.
All right, man, dude, let's get into a couple of things here. So, wanted to ask you this. So, recently, this thing came on my mind and I looked it up.
because I hadn't seen it in a while. Do you remember maybe 2008, 2007? There were these Miller Lite commercials where it was men of the square table. These famous men sit around a square table and they talk about man law.
Oh, yeah, man law. Yeah.
It was always
Yep.
For some reason, I always remember Triple H being in there. It was always the stereotype of men.
Yeah,
there was always
I forgot about
cowboy
that.
and something.
Yeah.
So I watched a few of them recently because I don't know why this popped in my mind. But one of them I want to watch a video on and I want to talk about it.
Okay, let's watch
Okay,
it.
because I want to get your opinion on this. This is something that I would say is relevant to today.
It's like a reaction video.
Yeah, there's one that I would say is relevant to today based on just what they talk about. So let me see if I can.
I mean, anything related to man law is going to be relevant today.
Right.
Man law itself is canceled.
All right.
Let's see it. Yeah, this is. I forgot it was a square table, but this is bringing it
because
back.
they say men at the square table. When they open it
Yes.
up. Let me grab the remote real quick. Turn this up.
Who are some of the other guys? Do you know?
Oh, there's some cowboys, I think.
Who's
the guy from Smokey and the Bandit?
Oh, Burt Reynolds?
Yeah, Burt Reynolds is in one of them.
Didn't he die?
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace. Didn't
Burt
Triple
Reynolds
H
was
die?
in one of them. Triple H, I didn't hear that he died.
No, I know. He didn't die. That was fake news.
There's like an average suburban dad.
Okay.
I think they did a...
I mean, why they got a fruit bowl in the middle of the table?
You're about to find out.
Okay, all right.
Let me see if I can get
That's
this
man law.
going here.
This is just a random cowboy. I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, let me switch this here for some reason. Here you go.
Men at the square table. Is it cool for men to put a lime wedge in their beer?
I think so. It's like tropical. Plus, it prevents scurvy.
I had scurvy once.
Why don't we just hollow out a coconut, drop in a little umbrella, and call it a beer colada?
Really?
Good idea.
Who knows what they'll put in our
That's
beer
Carrie
next?
Hart.
Banana slices? Kumquats?
I mean, where does it end?
Tell you where it ends. Right here. No fruit in beer.
Don't fruit the beer.
Man law?
Man law. Man law.
That's a man law. Don't fruit the beer.
But nowadays,
They determine.
does that hold up?
Nowadays,
'Cause if you
the
think
beer
about
is
the beer with
fruit.
fruit-
Yeah, nowadays the beer is fruit. Back then, it was just, there was not craft. I mean, there was craft beer, but it wasn't big.
But they're debating putting a lime wedge in a beer.
You can put a lime wedge
Yeah.
in beer. However, this is interesting because you got a good point. It's a gateway. You do one thing and it leads to the next, and that's what Mr. Burt Reynolds was
Burt called
talking
it out.
about. He said, "What's next? Coconut? Why don't we just go ahead and pour it into a coconut?"
Call it a beer colada.
And you're
But
right.
I liked your reaction. Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does sound good, but 'cause
Damn it,
I like coconut, so I'm like, just a beer with like a subtle coconut taste that might actually be pretty good.
Right.
Pineapple, throw a pineapple slice in there. But yeah, I can get behind putting a lime in your beer, especially when you have a Mexican lager. It goes perfect.
Dude, it does. Like, there's certain things where I go, like, a little bit can go a long way.
Yeah.
I do think that nowadays the market is getting oversaturated with too much. They're trying to one-up each other. And I know we've talked about this in the past, but I just thought it was funny that because I'm like, don't tell some of these breweries this, because they're going all out with like heavily fruited beers.
Yeah, heavily fruited. I actually have an IPA. I'll let you try it, but I'm not going to give out their name because it's an undrinkable beer to me.
Oh, it is?
It's way too fruity, and it's not even a fruit beer. It's just an IPA. It's funny, we call it a juicy.
Yeah.
And it's just way too juicy for me. It's almost like I'm drinking like a mimosa. I'm like,
okay.
if it's tasting like a mimosa.
Well, 903 did their beer mimosas, and
They
I like
did,
that.
and I liked their beer mimosa because it was
a
like
version of that just didn't work out.
Yeah, to me it was too fruity. And I'll bring it over. I'll let you have one because I bought a 6-pack and it's like I've drinking like one at a time over a period of time, but I'm like, I can't drink any more of them.
Right. Okay.
But it might just be too much sugar too.
Yeah, because that's usually what happens. The sugar goes up real high.
I think it's just too much sugar for me.
Right.
So yeah. So I guess here's a blanket statement. If you're adding enough fruit that it's tasting so sugary that it's no longer tasting like a beer, then that's breaking the man law.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's no longer tasting like beer.
Yeah, it has to taste like beer.
Okay. So if it doesn't taste like beer and only tastes like fruit, too much fruit.
Too much.
Man law?
That's the
Man law.
Man law. We need to have a segment here where we determine new man laws.
I am totally down with that.
Okay, and
There's
we
one
voted
man
in.
law, so I want to ask you this: is there anything that you've had that? Because when these came out, I was in high school.
Yeah.
So me and my friends were like, "Sweet, we need to make up some man law."
Yeah, and we did too.
I've
That's
got
funny.
one that I still use to today.
What is it?
It's the law of sensuous. Sensuous up, grab me a beer.
Yeah. I've heard you say that one. Yeah. That's more of a dad joke. It's a dad joke than a man law.
Well, I'm just saying that's the law is that if you're up and I ask you to go get me a beer, you got to do it because you were up.
Yeah.
Like law says you can't say no.
Right.
I don't care what you're doing. Oh, you're about to leave? Yeah, I don't care. Oh, you're getting married? I don't care. You're getting me a beer.
See, I think that we need to hit those hard topics for man laws, like your bros getting married. What's a man law that needs to go into effect with getting married? And it's like, you have to participate in your event with your friends at least once a year. Man law, something like that. Maybe more frequently.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it's like almost like bros before hoes, but
Kind
now
of.
that you're married, it's okay to put her first, but you can't forget about us.
But yeah, pay homage to us.
Yeah.
Pay homage to the guys. Don't turn your back.
Dude, it's like there were a couple of them that I saw like, if you're bringing bottles back to the table, is it okay to put your finger in the bottle to help carry it?
No.
It's like, no, you make 2 trips.
Yeah, no. You put them between your knuckles. You do it like this. And if it's too many bottles to do that, then you
Make a second trip.
Make a second trip. Don't ever Freddy Krueger it. Who does that?
I like how you say that. I had never seen it.
Yeah, who does that? I imagine your waitress does that. Hey, guys, got your drinks. Boop, boop, boop.
And then another one was like when you're like cheersing, when you have a bottle and you're cheersing.
Yeah.
Do you cheers tops or bottoms?
I typically do in the middle. I typically hold it at the bottom and hit it in the middle.
So
it's weird.
you cheers the neck.
Yeah, the neck.
Not necessarily the head, but the neck.
Yeah, but if
Okay.
it's a bottle though.
Yeah, you cheers necks. I can see that.
I feel like that you can do the neck, the top of the bottle.
The very top.
But with
like
the
where
glass,
the cap
I feel
is.
like I'm trying to do the side. Dink.
Yeah, but I'm saying like with a bottle though. So you're saying the very top right here where you put your mouth.
Yeah.
So the mouths touch and you basically kiss.
I didn't think that through. I didn't think that one through. You cornered me into that one. You got me to admit that I'm cool with that. And then, yeah, maybe
Obviously
the bottoms.
you didn't think it through.
Maybe the bottoms.
Yeah, you should. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick.
But that's hilarious because it's like how many times do you drink after another guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
But
that's it.
It's only whenever you start accusing somebody of kissing someone, then you're like, whoa. New man law.
No, that's exactly it. Like that's exactly what happens because one guy's like, "Oh yeah, tops are fine," and then they see the bottles tap, and then you see the saliva like cling together and
The
spread
saliva?
apart. Like, it looks, like I mean, you know how they have to go all out.
Yeah,
making
you
it
have to.
gross?
That's hilarious. Who's drooling on their beer?
Yeah.
That's great.
That's just what it makes me think. And I'm like, oh, that seems terrible.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch it later.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I'm down for making new man laws.
Yeah.
I'm totally cool with that. One thing I wanted to talk to you about as well. So I saw this yesterday. Bruce Willis retired from
I saw
acting.
that.
So he's got like some sort of medical disorder
Uh-huh.
where he can't like talk too much. Like he can't
I
talk.
think he said he
like, his
couldn't
brain's going
remember
out.
things
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Bunch of stuff's going wrong with him right now.
Yeah. That sucks, man. He's pretty old though.
Aphasia.
Yeah.
Whatever that
it's
is.
cognitive ability. So it is like your ability to speak.
Yeah.
Like and put things together, put words together.
So with this, I thought, hey, I like Bruce Willis. If you don't like Bruce Willis, it's too bad. You're going to have to like Bruce Willis today. We're going to talk about Bruce Willis and say, what is some of the best films that you remember watching of him? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not the biggest Bruce Willis fan, to be honest. Right away, my favorite role of his would be Sin City.
Okay.
I love that role.
Yeah.
He's like my ticker.
Right.
Got this bum ticker, and it was really cool.
I liked Sin City.
Sin City, yeah.
They actually did a really good job of that. I always think Die Hard because I watch it every year during Christmas. That's when I watch over and over again.
I know you always talk about that every year at Christmas time.
But I would say a movie that I really like, and I hate saying this because I don't know that it's awesome because of him or because of everybody involved in the film, but The Fifth Element.
Yeah, Fifth Element, 100%. I saw it on the list. That was going to be my next call out. I love Fifth Element, and it's fun.
But I do think it's because of the entire cast. It
is.
Like Mila does a good job. Chris Tucker kills it.
Yeah. Bruce Willis is never the kind of actor that I'm like, oh, Bruce Willis, because of him, that movie was the best.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't like make me like, I wouldn't imagine casting him myself.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would cast him for the appropriate role, but I wouldn't just be like, we have to build a movie around Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Some actors you'll do that with, like Leonardo DiCaprio. You'll build a whole movie around him, and like because you know he's that awesome.
But if you think about like his role in Pulp Fiction, do you think anybody else would have done it as good as he did? I'm like, he did worked really well for that role. There's certain roles where I go, this was made for him.
It seemed like it was.
The whole movie wasn't, but this role was made for him.
But he's always some old washed up guy. So he's an old washed up boxer.
Yeah.
You know, he's either a washed up cop, a washed up boxer. Something's going on with him, and he's just like, you know, at the end of his life. Or he started doing roles where, like, you know, his family is like hostage or something like that.
Oh, I got
Some
you.
situation with his family.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's good though, man. A lot of these movies I've never seen, honestly.
Yeah, I'm looking here, and
I mean, he was all right in Split, but it's like that was the old Fifth Element role where he was an old washed up psychiatrist. I say washed up, but Fifth Element, he was a washed up psychiatrist, and Unbreakable, he was like, that's what like kind of. Have you seen the sequels to Unbreakable?
I've only seen Unbreakable. So I didn't see Split or Glass. I'm familiar with them, but I haven't watched them.
Split was pretty good.
I heard
he had a
really
very
good job.
small role in Split.
Yeah, it said that he was uncredited, so I was like, I'm assuming that was small.
Yeah, but it's kind of like the same thing because when you watch the next one, what is the third one?
Glass.
He's in Glass a lot.
Yeah.
more.
Oh, okay.
But so is the guy from Split. So Glass like brings the three movies together.
Like brings the whole movie,
yeah,
the whole
brings them all together.
Yeah. So one that I really liked, and did you ever see Surrogates?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Click on it. Let me see what it's.
Washed up guy. It's just funny that you mentioned this, but he's like an old cop.
Yeah.
And like they're in the future, and they have these pods that you get into, and you control like basically like a robot.
Okay.
Body. Your mind is in it. It's like Ready Player One, but instead of being in like a different like computer universe, you're controlling like a robot. You're doing it all with your mind. Like they put these things over your eyes, and you're just controlling this robot.
And the robot's in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because some people are robots and some people are real people throughout the world. And he's a cop. He's like super old. And
so does it prolong your life while being in this machine? Like, are you able to live longer as a robot, or what's the benefits of it?
I don't know that they talk about that specifically.
Okay, all right.
The biggest thing that struck me was he realized how bad it was for society, and he said, I don't care if my body's deteriorating. I need to stop doing this, and I need to go live out in the world. Because you can create your robot to look however it wants to.
Okay.
So you want to look like somebody you're not and go out in the world and live as somebody artificial, which is what his wife does, and he doesn't like it. He wants to only spend time with his wife. You're like, it's good.
Yeah, it's because it's modern day. It's exactly what's happening.
Right, but this came out in 2009.
Yeah, exactly. They knew it was coming. They knew the metaverse was coming.
Yeah, but I thought it was great. I remember watching the trailer for this and going, "Oh, it's based on a graphic novel." So I went out and bought the graphic novel. I don't have it now. I think I sold it. Or
the graphic novel is probably written in the 80s or something.
I'm not sure.
What's weird is like all these movies that were written a long time ago about science fiction, like it's really coming true.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna look.
Yeah, see when it was written.
Yeah, because
check it out. You're saying it's a really good movie though.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
There we go. Surrogates, the book.
Let's see if this mentions the book.
On the right, it's got
published date 2005.
Okay, so it's not that old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Few
the year's 2054. You could tell based on the year how recent it is because they always push it out a little outside.
But not crazy.
But not crazy amount of time.
Yeah.
So that now we're living in the times of the old things that were written that's supposed to be way in the future and how crazy it's going to be. Like Back to the Future.
Right. Yeah, that was 2012, was it?
I don't remember, but yeah.
I think there was in 2018 maybe. I don't remember. It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't. Like we lived through what the movie predicted.
Right.
So it's funny.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't remember like how terrible it was. I mean, I'm sure there was like cursing and stuff, but it's PG-13, so it couldn't have been too bad.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
But no, I enjoyed it, and it made me go, "Yep, I see why he doesn't like this stuff."
Who, Bruce Willis?
Yeah. But it's cool because he's like running through this. He's like doing he's chasing after somebody, and you're a robot, so you can soup up your robot to be fast. And I want to say he gets like his arm or his leg like blown off, and he's like still running, still going. He's a robot.
Nice.
Like
nice T-1000.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. So
yeah.
Bruce Willis, man, I'm sorry to hear that everything's going on.
Do one more. Do one more movie and do one about someone who's losing their cognitive abilities. You know what I mean? Play the role.
Oh, you're saying to tell him?
Play the role. Yeah. I'm reaching out to Bruce, and we'll have you on the podcast next week.
Yeah.
Hit us up. Him to do that. You know what I mean? Like tell the story of your life. Do one more movie where you're actually living out the role. Maybe even wait a little longer until it's like it's like
real
bad.
Like I mean, I heard somebody talk about it and say that they had heard, and this is all hearsay, so I don't know what's real. I didn't look it up, but it sounded like the last movie he did, he was fed lines through like an earpiece the entire time.
Oh man,
because he couldn't remember lines.
Oh, that's it. So it was like a memory thing, like his ability to connect like thoughts to words.
Yeah.
Man. So, yeah, Sarah gets 38%, Rotten Tomatoes 37 by critics.
I thought it was good, but I was hearing the hidden message and the fact that he was like the struggles he had with his wife was I don't know, I was like touched emotionally a little bit, even though it's supposed to be an action film.
Yeah, because I mean it's like
I caught the underlying message.
Yeah, and that's always a hard thing when it's like, hey, wife, we're in this together. Why are you doing your own thing? I want you to be on this. I want you to be on the same wavelength as me. That this is not good for us. And then, from what I'm hearing, she's not on board with that.
I remember a conversation. I don't remember the entire conversation. I just remember the emotions that were going on. They're in their house, and he's like in his earthly body, talking to her, and she's in her surrogate. He's like, "Come on, why don't we just spend time together?" He's like, "I am spending time with you." Like, "No, you're not. Like, I really want to spend time with you."
I did. I just liked your post.
Like I'm
commenting on your post.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, like that's where I go, oh man. So I think it hit me in the feels a little bit, which tends to make a better movie for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Any movie that invokes emotion for me, any kind of emotion, whether I'm super mad at the characters, I'm really sad, I'm just happy, any kind of emotion, it's a good movie. It's always the movies where I'm just sitting there the whole time picking them apart, like okay, let's do that. Like, those are the movies that I'm like, I can't really get behind.
Right.
So it has to be real.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And if they bring in the emotions, then it seems a little bit more real.
Yeah, it could be any emotion. I don't even care. I like to even hate characters.
So, you're from Oklahoma.
Wait, I'm glad you just laid that statement out there. Okay, so you're from Oklahoma.
Or anyways, no, I should say
I was raised in Oklahoma.
You were raised in Oklahoma.
Yes,
you grew up in Oklahoma. So I heard somebody talking about something that is, if you're not from Oklahoma, it's hard to kind of understand.
Okay, all right, hit me with it. Let's test
and
my
I want
knowledge.
to see if you know what this is. So they described it. They called it a pizza pocket.
Yeah, pizza pockets.
It's not a hot pocket.
No.
Completely different from a hot pocket.
Oh, dude, you want me to describe it to you?
It's a pizza pocket. Okay, yeah, tell me all about this
So it's so
thing.
funny because my mom...
It's great that you knew it immediately.
Oh, dude, I eat these things after school every day. And I don't see them around here. You're right. There's no more pizza pockets. But you would get them at a gas station, and it's in the fried section, and it's like a fried pastry type thing, and it looks like they even took a fork and like line the outside.
Oh, nice.
But there's pizza inside, like pizza sauce, pepperoni bits, cheese.
But it is different than a hot pocket.
Similar but different. It's a different breading. It's more of a gas station breading.
Okay.
You know when you get a gas station burrito,
I only think
you don't get those gas station burritos anywhere else.
Yeah, like the place that comes to mind to me are like Allsup's.
Allsup's, yep.
Where you get that like, it's just Allsup's fried food. Like that's
exactly Allsup's. Oh, you're right. Allsup's. I don't think they have Allsup's in Oklahoma. They might, but
I see them in West Texas all the time.
Texas though.
Yeah.
But I have been to Allsup's and they have Oklahoma food.
Oh, they do.
That is the fried foods. Those are Oklahoma gas station foods. Okay. And so my stepdad owned a gas station, and it was a gas station with a movie store attached to it.
Uh-huh.
And every day after school, I would go to that movie.
You had that fryer?
What is that? That very bottom row. No, that bottom row.
Right here?
That one right there, blown out. That's a blown out
right here?
one. Remember I said it looked like a fork was lying there on the outside?
I feel all right.
That's it, dude. But that breading is just a little different than the Hot Pockets breading.
So is it like...
I don't know how to describe it.
Is it almost like a croissant? Like kind of flaky?
No, it's not. It's like chewy. It's like a chewy, like you could bite into it.
There's nothing like it.
There's nothing like it. It'll burn the fire out of your mouth, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, I see this dude down here.
Oh look, they even made one with the fork. Yeah.
Yeah, this is homemade style with crescent rolls.
Dude, where do you get these?
So I was gonna ask you, but I don't even think I need to ask.
No, dude. Say
Can
no
you get
more.
behind it?
I'm already behind it.
I know.
I'm already saying where they at. Let's go do a road trip and go get one, because I got to introduce you to my childhood.
Yeah.
This was my childhood right here. Eating these, man. These and then barbecue burritos. That's another one I don't see a lot of around here.
Barbecue burritos?
I have seen those in Texas, but not very often.
I ain't never seen those.
Yeah.
Dang, we do like chimichangas over here, man.
Yeah, it's only at gas stations, though. It's those gas station like bean and cheese burritos, but with barbecue inside.
Nice. That doesn't sound too bad.
Man,
like
one of each. That's the hit.
Oh, you get one in each hand. You double fist.
Yeah,
it?
you get the pizza pocket, the barbecue burrito. You're going full Oklahoma at that point. You're singing the soundtrack to the Oklahoma musical. I don't even know it, but
neither do I.
I think it probably has the Oklahoma State song in it.
Yeah,
I just imagine
it has to.
I've
right?
never seen it, but
man, so pizza pockets, man. Yeah, we need to go make a little trip.
We have to, dude, because those things were fantastic. Why are these not big though?
No
Why are
idea.
these not everywhere?
I don't know. It's crazy that whoever was describing it, whatever I was listening to, was like, dude, it's an Oklahoma thing.
It was.
I don't see him in Texas anywhere. It's only in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I haven't seen them since I was a kid.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. They just, granted, I know Allsup still sells the fried food because I was there this weekend. So.
Well, you know what? And
I was gonna say that they just stopped selling fried foods, but
and my mom, they used to own the gas station and run it. So I should reach out to her and say, what was your supplier?
Yes.
Where did you get these pizza things? I need to find them. I'm gonna do it
because I know like some gas stations. Especially like Buc-ee's, they got a full-fledged restaurant side of the place.
Buc-ee's is. Their barbecue sandwiches, or their sandwiches are pretty legit, but we go there.
I understand they do their own smoked brisket. They bake bread every day.
We go there and we get their jerky for one thing, and then we always get their smoked cheddar. They have smoked cheddar cubes. Don't just get the regular ones; get the smoked ones.
Oh, really?
They are the truth.
Oh, they're on point.
They're on point.
But what I'm saying is like gas stations are evolving. So things that we saw as gas station food when we were kids just may not be around anymore.
Yeah.
But I still see like taquitos and stuff that I used to see when I was a kid.
I know, but I wonder if they actually fry them there. I feel like they used to fry back in the day, and now there's like a different way of cooking.
Now everybody put them on those little rollers.
Yeah, on the rollers, or they just like have a conventional oven.
Yeah.
And they just heat up something that's already fried.
So it's not as much. Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying.
And it's a theory. I don't remember fryers, but I'm sure that there had to have been a transition there.
Well, Mama Morgan, you need to hook us up.
Yeah, exactly. Hook us up. Give us the insight.
So definitely can get behind these all day. All right. I'm
gonna make it a man law. You have to eat one of these before you die.
You gotta eat one of these?
You're not a man if you haven't eaten one of these pizza pockets.
All right, man. So can you get behind that? Can you get behind the bucket hat?
No, never.
Never?
Never once have I ever in my life. And these were big when we were young, like the Kangol, Kangol.
Huh.
Kangol was like, put it on the map. Yeah, Kangol, like Jamiroquai wore one.
Oh, yes, I know this symbol.
Yeah.
Because they're fuzzy.
Sometimes they're fuzzy for sure, but they put the bucket hat on the map.
I got you.
What's that band? They sing that song. It's like, you got the music in you. One.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And that video he had
He
one.
did. He's wearing one. So this is straight like 90s. Yeah.
But it's coming back.
Yeah, I know. I've been seeing them. That's why. Like I was looking at hats the other day, and Luke picked up a bucket hat, and it was one that had like it was like corduroy. And he's like, man, this is the coolest hat ever. I go, dude, get out of here.
Get out. 90s is back, man. Anything 90s is popular again. But it's almost like the hideous part of the 90s they're bringing back.
I don't know, because like the thing is, when it comes to the 90s, the things that I like out of the 90s was probably a minority. Meaning, I liked the grunge style of the 90s.
It's back.
The flannel shirts and stuff,
yeah.
Great. But that, I feel, and maybe I'm crazy, but I feel that it wasn't as popular as some of the other things that came out of the 90s.
Like the grunge look wasn't as popular?
Yeah. Like there was a subsect of people, but like just like right now, like I love metal, and for me, metal's awesome, and there's so much metal available for you, but guess what? It's a small subsect out of whatever else is available that's popular in pop culture.
Yeah.
So I think grunge had its subsect of people, and I think it was larger than like what I would say metal is now, but still like everything else overshadowed it. So maybe it was like 30% of the market.
Well, it's an interesting perspective. So what I think is happening is kids nowadays, what's popular is all of the small sects put together. So you'll have your grunge pants and flannel shirts.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Doc Martens was that scene. But then also they'll have those white shoes that are like huge platform, like
those Fila's?
Fila's, or even Spice Girl. Oh, so like Spice Girl pop music and grunge music, anything in the 90s, they're meshing together and saying, we can just throw it, like I said, the most hideous parts. Let's pull this hideous thing here, let's do this, and let's mesh them together, and that's what we'll do.
Well, like the first thing that came to my mind when you were saying trying to mesh things together, I was thinking like, so you're bringing like Jinkos, a bucket hat, and like a woman would be wearing like a crop top and like platform boots.
Yeah, that's what's weird.
But I go, that would be something that one of the Spice Girls would wear. So is it really something that they're molding together, or is it something that they're just taking from something that was already just terrible? Maybe the 90s really weren't as fashionable as we thought it was.
They wouldn't wear the Jinkos. But Jinkos haven't came back yet. I'm surprised. I have not seen a single pair. No, but I'm thinking just
like big baggy pants.
Yeah. It's more of the females. The females are doing the big baggy pants.
Right.
Where they're so wide that whenever you have a cut on the knee, it looks even wider. It's weird.
Yeah. Bucket hat. So if I think about, let's think, was it strictly for fashion, or was there any kind of like purpose behind it, like functionality? Because like you say, like a wide brim hat, like a safari style hat, or like a sombrero. I mean, that's one with a really wide brim, but I'm like, or like a fishing hat. I don't know what you call it.
I was thinking fishing hat. Like
there's a purpose behind it. There's a purpose behind it. You get shade in the front, you get shade on the back of your neck. Like, do you think that the bucket hat served a similar purpose, or was it only a fashion thing?
I think it was only fashion thing because the bucket is so small.
Okay.
It's barely shading anything. I think
maybe it would work really well if you had like a turtleneck.
Yeah, maybe if you're completely covered. But like the fishing hat serves a little bit of that purpose because it protects your neck. Like I think about grumpy old men from the 90s, and they had that 90s look. Walter Matthau, I think, was the one who wore it.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Walter Matthau. He passed away, and then Jack Lemmon.
This is exactly who I was thinking of. I think of the old man from Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, and he would wear that kind of like fishing hat.
Right.
I don't know the purpose, but for some reason he had fishing lures stuck in it, like for fly fishing. Remember how he'd always have little fly fishing?
It's a stereotypical thing that you see in the movies.
I know, it's stereotypical, but it's like, what's the purpose? Are you like out there fishing and they're like, oh, don't worry, I got an extra one. Like,
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. So I don't see a purpose.
So you cannot get behind the bucket hat.
But here's the thing. People have said forever, like making fun of the backwards hat. Like, what's the purpose? Oh, are you protecting the back of your neck from the shade?
Like, no, it's pure
fashion.
Pure fashion.
Yeah.
So for fashion with the bucket hat, I don't think it's fashionable. I think it looks stupid.
LL Cool J, he rocked it right there in the third row.
Yeah.
Even that second picture, LL Cool J put it on the map.
He rocked all these.
Yep.
Yeah, I could never get behind a bucket hat. Dang, he rocked it all the time.
Dude, he rocked it. I couldn't get behind it. I don't like the look. I don't like that big gold chain either, though. And people, that's coming back too.
People are liking
that thick braided gold chain.
Right.
Run DMC. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get behind
many
it.
People have gotten behind the bucket hat. Kudos to you if you're doing it. I can't do it, and I'm not feeling like it's adding any value to your life. That's just how I feel.
Nah, I ain't about that life.
I ain't about that life. Nope. I feel like Kid Rock even wore the bucket.
You just leave it there.
Once.
Nah, I ain't about that life.
Right.
All right, man. So I thought we would get into a couple of other things here. Wanted to do like a kind of like a sports minute. Okay.
Okay.
Wanted to talk about one thing that I heard about that my dad told me about, and then I wanted to show you a video of something.
Right, let's do it.
So you're familiar with like tennis and like ball boys.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to watch this video of this ball boy.
Yeah, ball boys, they have a very important role.
You think that they're okay? Do you think you have to be really skillful?
I don't. You know what? I think maybe I prematurely said they have an important role. I don't know if I know the full role of a ball boy, other than to give them the next ball.
From my understanding, it's like if it hits the net, the guy doesn't walk up there and grab it. The ball boy comes and gets it.
Yeah.
So it's like to minimize effort from the player that's playing.
So they do have to have enough skill to keep the game going.
Yeah, and
to make sure there's no disruptions.
Not get in the way.
And not get in the way. Like a referee, keep the game going, no disruptions, but you have a role to do there. Yeah.
So watch this ball boy and his efforts.
Okay. Is he extra? You got to have a good bounce right there. That would suck if you didn't bounce it right. Oh, get it.
Giving the ball back to him. Giving the ball back.
Okay.
Ace counts into double figures for the
He
Spaniard.
ate the wall. And then look, didn't even phase him.
Nah, man, I'm
He's
good.
a young chap.
He's like, oh, nah, man, I'm good.
Dude, it looked like he rolled his ankle and then ate the wall. And then,
I swear when I watched it the first time, you hear a loud thud.
Dude, that looked hard because his hand was like he's holding two balls. He couldn't brace himself. He just ate the wall. And then he turned around and put his hands behind his back like, nope, don't worry about me. Just keep going. Keep going. No distractions here.
That's exactly what you said. You go, keep the game going. There's no distractions.
Yeah, no distractions. Who cares? I fumbled.
Like, oh, no, I'm good.
He's like trying not to get fired.
You know what? That's exactly it. It makes me wonder if like how. So a couple things. It makes me wonder because I'm thinking of like small roles in sports, maybe like the towel boy or the guy that brings out water or whatnot. I go, how do you get these roles? One, but two, are they a dime a dozen? You have a dime a dozen people that want to do this. So if you screw up something real little, then hey, you're gone. Bringing somebody else.
Right.
Like I don't assume there's much training. But then again, I don't know. But like, so this guy, if he falls, he's like, "Oh crap! I don't want to lose it. I love tennis. Let me straighten back up so he doesn't say anything."
Exactly, and I mean, he's got to be getting paid pretty good for a kid that young.
I'm assuming you're getting paid something, but I don't assume it's a crazy amount.
Yeah, and really, how do you hire somebody that young? What, child labor laws? Like, do you just say they're a contractor, and because they're a contractor? I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, it makes me think of like the same way with you. How do you hire like child actors?
Right. How do you do that? They made laws to go around it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and there's laws that help protect children now.
Yeah. That's the thing is in the entertainment industry, you can do it. So maybe they consider sports entertainment.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry for your jaw. Hope you're good.
Yeah. Right.
Like literally, he ate that
for his front teeth.
Face first, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing helping him.
He smiled at the end, though.
Yeah, which means that he was okay, but still, the embarrassment is probably worse than the injury itself. But we were watching TV. We were watching the college basketball this last weekend, or it was the weekend before. I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And me and my dad were talking about this, and he mentioned something about in baseball, the New York Yankees have a rule that you cannot have a beard if you're on their team.
Really?
They ban beards.
When?
And I'm like,
and 73, is that what it says?
Yeah. So you want to read this here?
Yeah, so the Yankees are the lone big league team to have a policy that bans beards. It's something that they've done since the George Steinbrenner instituted the policy in 1973, and the rule persisted as some long-held tribute to what's his name, Steinbrenner?
Yeah, it's a Steinbrenner. I want to say he was one of the owners.
Despite changes throughout the organization. So they're just honoring this guy who I guess he owned the Yankees.
I want to say that he was an owner, yeah.
He owned them, and he said no beards in the 70s.
And everybody's like, okay.
And then they honor him by not allowing beards.
Yeah, which I thought I'm like, there's no way this is real. How is this standing up? Like,
yeah,
beards are a big thing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he
so like, I wonder if
was
it's
an owner and manager.
no mustache, no beard, no facial hair, period. Like, what makes a beard?
I mean, this says here the policy has been amended to read the players, coaches, and male executives are forbidden to display any facial hair other than mustaches, except for religious reasons.
So if you come in and you have a religious exemption, you could have a beard.
Yeah. There's no.
That would make everybody mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. The scalp hair
so
may
no
not
long
be
stirrups.
grown.
So nothing on your no chops.
And the scalp hair may not grow below the collar.
Yep.
So you can't have long hair either.
So no mullets.
They want you to look like an old like Mad Max or what's that? I think it's Mad Max, the movie about the old business guys from the 40s. The show, it's a TV series.
It's Mad Men.
Mad Men. They want you to look like one of those Mad Men.
Right.
It's like, see, clean cut, short
Clean
hair.
cut,
yeah. We're doing
like
business
old
here in the
40s
Yankees.
gangsters.
Yeah, they want you to look like a.
I mean, that's the reason why they have the pinstripes, right?
Dude, honestly, they want you to continue to fit that look. Yes.
I thought it was bizarre. A part of me likes traditions, and it's just facial hair. It's not that big a deal to have to shave. I don't think it's crazy, in my opinion. I don't think that they need to change their policy. It's facial hair. Who cares if they want you to shave?
Yeah, I mean, otherwise go join another team.
Yeah, don't sign a contract there.
Exactly. I don't get the problem. It's like you should know that that's something that the Yankees do.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that is a problem.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, you know how it is nowadays. Everybody wants to be inclusive and stuff, and I go, it's just facial hair. Who cares? You can't have long hair? Okay, whatever.
Cut it. Yeah.
Play for the Yankees and get paid
exactly.
too much
There's
money
rules.
because they have all the money.
Yeah. Military makes you shave your head.
Yeah.
Well, then don't join the military if you want to buck the system.
Right.
But the whole idea is that you sign up to submit to an organization. The difference is you're getting paid lots of money to do it.
Yeah.
And then you're saying, hey, I'm submitting. I'm going to be used for my skills.
Yeah. So in this case, I don't mind the tradition. Honestly, I kind of like it.
It's kind of cool.
Like, yeah, let's stay traditional. I don't mind a beard by any means.
No.
I don't have a problem with it, but
they want everybody to look like Mickey Mantle.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have that Mickey Mantle gene and everybody will.
And there's really no, there are no like exclusions for discrimination for like facial hair. So, you know, like race, like you couldn't say we don't want this race of people to join our team. But facial hair, come on now.
Yeah. And, you know, I was thinking about it. I go, come on, there's got to be somebody. And I think, well, Aaron Judge is the big guy now. I'm like, no, he has no facial hair. Derek Jeter, no.
Baseball is usually not one with a bunch of facial hair, though.
A-Rod, no. Roger Clemens in the 90s, no. Babe Ruth, no. Dang, dude, when? Like, I guess there was no guys with facial hair.
Nope, never.
It's more common now, but it's not as popular as other sports.
Yeah,
Facial
right.
Yeah.
Other sports.
Like I think the mustache, because I think of what's his face from the Diamondbacks, the pitcher.
Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
What's his last name?
What was his last name?
He had long hair too, beyond his collar.
Yeah, and he.
Dude, the Yankees didn't want him.
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson, yeah.
Man,
he was a legend.
That guy was like 6'10", 6'9", 6'10".
Was he?
Massive. Wow. Dude was huge.
He was lanky.
Yeah.
That's probably why he's such a good pitcher.
He's able to stretch down that
and he did have like a back bend.
6'10".
Look at that first pitcher, his arm bent backwards. That's what I always imagined from the baseball cards.
Dude, he always threw. Well, but it's because right here, man, he threw sidearm.
Yeah.
He threw that crazy sidearm.
Mm-hmm. And he almost looks like Matthew McConaughey trying to dress up as Kid Rock. Like if Matthew McConaughey was playing Kid Rock in a movie.
Yeah.
That's this guy.
Oh, get out of here. I don't know about that.
You don't think it looks like McConaughey right there? Really, in all the pictures.
Maybe.
I bet if they did a biopic on this guy,
Yeah.
McConaughey could play him.
I think it's weird they call it a biopic.
What would it be called?
A biopic? It's 2 words.
Oh, okay. Well, like I made it into a medical procedure.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, you're
what the hell
right.
are you doing
It's
here,
a
man?
biopic. It's not a biopic.
No, a biopic. I'm
different
gonna
things.
use it now, man.
I think a biopic is some kind of medical procedure.
I mean, I know a biopsy, but yeah. I don't know. Yeah, biopic.
But yeah, either way, McConaughey, we casted you. You are playing Randy.
Right.
That's it. It's done. And you can't play for the Yankees. They need to put that in the story arc where he wanted to play for the Yankees, but they wanted him to shave his mustache and cut his hair.
Sorry, man.
Nope.
Yeah, because even in this picture, his hair is kind of long. Yeah.
Yeah, it always
goes down
is.
past his collar. Has that sweet mustache.
Oh yeah.
I would say he's got an iconic mustache.
Dude, this guy probably went out there and after every game, dragged a couple lung darts in the locker room. You know, he was smoking cigarettes between innings.
I can totally see that.
Yeah,
Totally
that was
see
back
it.
in the day. He was a Marlboro man.
See, it's funny because like my brother was talking about this. So, his son, he's 8, and he's playing baseball, and his son's growing his hair out a little bit, and I asked him, "Hey man, why are you growing your hair out?" He goes, "Because when I get it a little bit longer, I'm gonna cut it into a mullet."
Oh
I
man,
said, "Sweet." He goes, so my brother started talking to me about it, and he's like, "Well, you know, there's a certain look that a baseball player has. Like when you see a kid or a major league baseball player, you just see them, even if you don't know who they are. You go, I bet that person plays baseball. Mm-hmm. You can just tell by the way they dress. You know, you have the hat. They always have the sunglasses. They're flipped upside down. They're a certain type of sunglasses. They sit on the brim.
They kind of have that like sharp side.
Yep, and then they have longer hair in the back.
Yep.
You don't see it in the front, so mullet works perfect for that. You know.
Oh yeah.
There's just a certain type of look, and Randy Johnson had that look.
He had that look.
He always had that look.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you didn't know the guy, you're like, I bet that guy plays baseball.
Yep. Well, kids nowadays, though, the mullets are back, and I think they are baseball players too.
And I'm not mad at them. I like the mullet. I like the way it looks. I don't know that I'd ever get it, but I like the way it looks.
It takes a lot of confidence, in my opinion.
On some kids, is it confidence or ignorance?
I would say ignorance. Like
just ignorant to, like, I wouldn't say fashion, but just ignorant to like, who cares what people like? I guess that is confidence a little bit.
Yeah, ignorance would be like that you didn't know something. So like, let's say that you had a bird's nest in the back.
Yeah,
you know that would be a little ignorance. Like, dude, do you not know that you're not brushing that middle part? You're only brushing the side.
Okay, so it wouldn't be like rocking something, not knowing that it's lame, and you thinking it's cool.
That might be. That might be like you think it's cool. Yeah,
I don't know.
Kind of riding the gray. It's a gray area there. Yeah. It's definitely confidence. That's for sure. It takes confidence to do something that's against the grain.
Yeah. I mean, if they're coming back, is it against the grain though?
But it's not. That's my point. Everybody's doing it.
Right.
Now, if you were ignorant to the fact that everybody was doing it and you didn't even know and you thought you were doing like something hipsterish or punk rock, like look how awesome this is. But everybody has that moment where you're doing something because you think it makes you unique, and then you look around and realize everybody's doing it now.
Dude,
it makes you mad.
There was a T-shirt that my brother had when he was in high school that said, what did he say? It said something like, "You make fun of me because I'm different. I make fun of you because you're all the same."
Yeah.
And then he told me this story where he's like, you know, I always tried to be a little bit different, like not fit in with everybody else. Wanted to be different. And then I realized that, guess what? I bet there's somebody like me in every single town.
There always is.
Which means I'm a part of a club. I just didn't know it.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie SLC Punk?
I haven't seen all of it.
It's really good.
The biggest thing that I remember is that he has acid in his pocket and it goes through his pants.
Oh, yeah.
He gets all high off the acid.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Well, there's kind of like this overarching thing with the whole movie. And the idea, and he comes to this conclusion at the end. Because the whole thing is that you're a poser for doing all the things that everybody else is doing. And it's like, oh, they're all about calling people posers and really putting titles on different groups of people.
Yeah.
But everybody that's not like them are posers. And then at the end of the movie, they come to this conclusion that maybe perhaps they're posers too.
Right.
Because they're wearing the uniform of a punk.
Yeah.
So it's like punk music is awesome. It's what they do, but it's honestly just what they found an identity in.
Right.
So he like moves on to become an adult at the end of the movie, but there's always that punkness in him.
Right.
But everything he was doing and judging everybody else, it was really, he was just doing what other people were doing too.
Right.
He was being a poser too.
Yeah.
We're all posers.
Falling into that society.
Yep.
So all posers, and you know what? I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm around with it.
Exactly.
And you can call them posers all you want. I'll just say they make good beer.
Celestial.
Celestial.
Yeah, cheers.
Celestial did a really good job, man. This Neon Dimension, if you can pick it up, get it. It's so good. They put out so much beer so often because they do a lot of IPAs. So this may only be available for a limited time, but I'm sure they'll have something else that you'll love that's on the shelf. But check out these guys because they're great. So thanks for listening and tuning in. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Untappd at _Dudes&Brews. But we're out of here.
Peace.
We've got new merchandise available, and this stuff is amazing. We've got a few awesome designs. We even have all new pint glasses and stickers. You know you want one of those glasses. I mean, you already drink a beer while watching the show anyway, so you might as well support the show and put your beer in one of our glasses. The link is in the description, so hit that link and pick up something from us today. Make sure that you use the code DUDES10 at checkout to receive 10% off your order. Again, that's DUDES, D-U-D-E-S, 10, the number 10, 10, at checkout to receive 10% off of your order. We appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Dudes and Brews. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever platform you're on, we're on there. We have a YouTube channel, Dudes and Brews. We would love if you would subscribe there as well. If you are subscribed and you want to help us out just a little more, unsubscribe and resubscribe again. It sounds funny and stupid and kind of obnoxious, all of the subscribing and resubscribing and stuff, but it helps in these little algorithms games for like climbing the charts, because again, we are organic and we are where we are because of you guys.
Yeah, we really do appreciate your support. Shout us out. We really do love it when you guys interact with us, when you add us, mention us, put us on your stories, tag us, all that fun stuff, all the stuff the kids are doing. We like grabbing that stuff and we put it up for you guys. So we appreciate you so much. Keep having fun, drinking them brews, hanging with them dudes. Tune in next week for another episode of Dudes and Brews.